Good evening, everybody. Good Easter evening to you all. This is Steel Sermon in the house. As I said, I would be coming on here and recapping the White Sox and the Pirates over this weekend. Another good series for the Buccos. We take 2 out of 3 against the Chicago White Sox. We are 6-3 on the season, second place in the NL Central, behind the Milwaukee Brewers, who are 7-2. And this video is going to be a little bittersweet, and I'll get into that in a little bit. As always, though, do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. The link is in the description box below. Not going to really talk about yesterday's game because that was just an awful game yesterday. 11-5, a 5 spot in the 6th inning by the White Sox broke that game open. Bucks battled back a little bit, but that 5 spot deflated them. McCutchen hit a solo homer, his first homer back, but that was really all the Pirates had last night, was just that. A couple of other RBIs. Today, though, was the most eventful one. First of all, big shout out to Johan Oveido. Phenomenal game today. He had a terrible game in Boston the other day where he gave up, he just got pummeled by the Red Sox. But today against the White Sox, real good outing for him. In 6 2/3, only allowed 5 base hits and struck out 5, and he pitched 6 2/3 scoreless innings. Bullpen was able to get the job done. David Bednar completed the save in a 1-0 Bucco shutout win. So the pitching today and the defense especially today was phenomenal. A great play by Ke'Bryan Hayes on a bunt where he anticipated it, barehanded it through to first. So it's just more of that stuff that you just love to see. Just phenomenal defense all around the boards, Buccos only got a run today on a sacrifice fly. I think it was by, guess who? Brian Reynolds. And sometimes one run is all you need, and that's all the Buccos needed today to notch a 1-0 win over the Chicago White Sox. But something that the Bucks are absolutely going to need going forward is shortstop Oneil Cruz. And unfortunately for us, he suffered a very hard-to-watch injury today where he was attempting to score from third. It was a fielder's choice play, high throw, and a lot of people are saying it was a dirty play by the White Sox catcher. And I'm here to tell you, as, yes, a Pirates fan, but as a baseball fan first, that's not a dirty play, okay? It's a high throw, not much he can do there. His job is to tag the runner out, and it was a bad... And look, I love Oneil Cruz. I think he has great potential to be a superstar in this league. I say it all the time if you tune into my channel. I love the guy. But that slide, not his finest moment. It's a bad slide by Oneil Cruz right there. When you're in a situation like that and you're going up against a catcher where he has to make a play on you, you don't slide feet first. At that point, you got to go head first. Okay? You got to go head first. And I hope Oneil Cruz learned that the hard way because, that's kind of harsh to say, but he probably learned that the hard way, I should say, because if you saw the replay, his left ankle got rolled up, and it looked really bad. Needed help getting off the field, and later the Pirates announced that he had suffered a fractured ankle. So that's obviously a really big blow to us because the talent that Oneil Cruz has. He is lightning fast. His arm, I don't think I need to say anything more about it. He has an absolute cannon for an arm. When he hits the ball, he hits it a country mile, and he's just a complete difference maker when it comes to this team. He loves batting leadoff. He is starting to really improve his mechanics when it comes to his plate approach. And now he suffers an injury like this. Especially to a young kid like that who's in his early 20s. It's tough to go through. I was afraid it was going to be a torn ACL because that's what it looked like with the replay, but at least it's not as bad as we thought, and there is a chance that he's going to come back, I don't know, 8-10 weeks from now or whatever. Because, I know about, broken leg injuries firsthand, so he's not going to, I don't anticipate him to miss the rest of the season. I do expect him to miss about 2 months, though, which, it could hurt us a lot. But then again, once you look at the other options who we have at shortstop, you have that opens the door for so many possibilities. Johan Oveido played shortstop for the rest of the day. I think that he plays the infield predominantly second and short pretty well. So at least there's that. But now this begs the question. What now for the Pirates now that Oneil Cruz is going to miss some time? I think this opens the door. This is me speaking personally. The only people that know what the Pirates are going to do is the front office. But if you ask me, my personal opinion, this is your wake-up call right here to call up guys like Travis Swaggerty, to call up guys like Nick Gonzalez, to call up guys like, please correct me if I'm mispronouncing this guy's name. I'm terrible with pronouncing names. Luevo Piguero. Those guys are all young kids. They're all viable options. And they are all going to be anticipated to be part of the long-term future with this franchise. If you're taking this rebuild seriously. I think now this is the perfect time to call those guys up, platoon them all at shortstop, and see what they have and give them a cup of coffee in the MLB. Because this is going to, like I said, this is a big test, not only for the Pirates, but for Derek Shelton and for Ben Cherington, quite frankly. You just lost your shortstop long term to a major injury. What are you going to do about it now? So today was a really solid team effort win. It was a great defensive outing, an outstanding pitching performance today. Holderman, by the way, that guy doesn't get enough credit. Holderman, I think, has really done a really good job for us ever since that we got him. And I really think, outside of David Bednar, as far as the bullpen goes, Holderman, I think he needs to work back into the bullpen, and I think that he is one of our better relievers. He did a great job today, but that's not the question as far as the Pirates go now, moving forward, probably into like mid-June now or something like that. The Pirates didn't announce how long that Cruz is going to be out for. At least I didn't see it. But a fractured ankle, that's going to take some time to recover from. I can tell you that right now. So, Pirates, you got options to make now. I like that we saw what we had in Johan Oveido at shortstop, and I think that he played the position real well. So maybe you get Rodolfo Castro more playing time at second base, and maybe this opens the door also for putting in Connor Joe in left field more and putting in Brian Reynolds in center and McCutchen in right, because it really is amazing how one injury can just open the door to so many questions as to what you're going to do for your team now. Because one player can make a difference, and you're seeing it right now. Like, what are we going to do with Johan Oveido? Who's going to play second base? Do we platoon shortstop? Does Connor Joe get more playing time? Does Kutch get moved to right field? What about the kids? What about, all these guys that are going to come up and be either depth pieces or regular day starters? What are we going to do with them? So, it really is going to be an interesting story to see. Now that Oneil Cruz is gone, or not gone, but he's injured, and he's going to miss some time, what are we going to do to fill that void at shortstop now? Because, like I said, we all know the difference maker that Oneil Cruz is. So, we'll just see it from there. Cruz, please just get better, buddy, and, we're all praying for you. I am as well, That's no joke, man. That's a bad injury, and, hey, maybe that'll teach you to not do that slide when you're in that situation. But regardless, Cruz, get better, man, but don't rush it. Take all the time that you need to get better. Just don't rush it. So, we'll see how it goes from there. We take the series against the White Sox, but it may come with a little bit of a price, as now we stay home and we play an old NL Central rival in the Houston Astros. The Astros, speaking of injuries, they're off to a tough start. They're at 3-6, I believe. They're off to a rough start. They're missing Jose Altuve, it looks like. But, Houston, they're a team that you can't take lightly. They're still a great team with or without Jose Altuve. They look like they're just off to a tough start. So, the Astros, I am anticipating a really hard-fought series in that one. Regardless of what their record is, I still think that this is a big test for the Pirates here. You're going up against the defending World Series champions here. You took 2 series out of your first 3. You're 6-3. You're feeling pretty good about yourself early in the season. Now you got to play with the big boys in Houston. So let's see how that series goes, and let's see how we respond to Oneil Cruz, and Oneil Cruz's injury. I want to see these kids get called up. That's me though. I want to see Swaggerty. I want to see Gonzalez. I want to see Peguero. Any one of those 3 at shortstop, I can definitely live with. Mainly Nick Gonzalez, though. But, we'll see how it goes. So, let me know what you think down in the comments below. This is Steel Sermon. Check it on out for the night. May God be with you all. And I hope that yous all had a very blessed and fun Easter, and that the Lord's blessings bestowed upon you.